So the top that I'm wearing. And I love actually the fact that that color is the only one you've seen so far. So what you see on Brittany in that video and the color on me are both the same. But much like the dress that we just presented, every single one has a very different personality, and all we did was change the color of the lace. So that makes it a little tricky when it's $75 and you want to get two of them. And now it's $47.99. The whole show is clearance price. So we're bringing this to you on a $12 easy pay. There are just the 3 colors, and I want to answer this right away because it doesn't look like a machine washable garment. It is. It's from Susan's Occasions line, which is, for lack of any better phrases, it's like the fancy dress category, right? This is for, you know, you have an event, you need something, you know, event worthy to wear. But the way I'm wearing it right now, I'd wear it to work. I'd wear it out to lunch. I'd wear it out to dinner. I'd wear it to your like kids' recital situation. So colors are, I'm going to call this the pink multi, 250, neutral multi, that's the most limited, 150 to go around. And then the blue, 350 left. Okay, all small numbers, so sitting around and waiting, probably not the best idea, but do watch for the details here because this is going to be a fun one to watch even if you don't buy. Beth, this one, I'm surprised it was ever priced at only $75. Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
so much workmanship went into this. It's funny, I was like debating between the blue because I had that one too, and I almost did that outfit, and then at the last minute I was like, no, I'll do the pink.
There you go.
I think it's just stunning. And this is, so Susan has all these different little capsule collections, of which the Occasions collection is one. And these are the pieces that, of course, you can wear for all those events. And there's still a lot more coming up, not just this spring and summer really, but year round. But especially now we have the graduations and weddings and showers and all of those things. And you want something pretty to wear to those events, but maybe something you could wear again instead of the thing that hangs in your closet, that you wore one time. So this is what the Occasions collection is all about. And you see all of the color there that Susan has used in each one of these colorways. Every time you see a new color, that's more expensive to do.
Of course.
To have these florals printed on this unbelievably detailed lace. I love that you said it's not flimsy. It's not like lace you have to baby, you know, use your common sense, obviously, when laundering. But it is absolutely stunning. And all the edging, the scalloping at the sleeves, you see how beautifully that's done. The sleeves are a little bit open, but still giving that nice upper arm coverage because of the print and the way the lace is done. And then the scalloping.
It's tricky to see. It's actually probably better to see on, but there is a ruching, a very small one, up at the top, and that plus the fabric underneath. Get here, I'll move all this hair out of the way. And you can see how it gives a little bit of a lift to the shoulder. It doesn't turn it into like this gigantic poet's blouse situation, but it does give a little bit of lift. And I always say I love how Susan cheats in those little details that make me look like I'm standing up straight, even though I'm rarely doing so,
good posture.
Yeah, and it's just like a little more dignified and elevated and flirty and romantic without it being voluminous. You're wearing a lot of fabric.
It's like a blouse. And then in the back
is
that little button detail with a keyhole. And that's like, there's a little elastic, almost like a hair tie holding that button. So I did not mess with the button to put this on. I just pulled it right over my head. So don't worry if you're concerned, like, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to mess with the button. You don't have to. You just like have this gorgeous little detail. Maybe if you're wearing your hair up or you have shorter hair. And then I actually turned this inside out, Jen, to show that you're getting essentially, you're welcome, like kind of almost a silky, lightweight liquid knit lining. So this, exactly, it's attached all up at the shoulder and the sleeve. So your bra is completely covered. And you don't need to worry about anything showing, but then you're getting this look of the gorgeous lace all the way around the outside. It is so beautifully done, really unique and special. And by the time we get to the clearance price stage, as you know, unfortunately, that means it's not
not
coming
all the
back.
sizes are here.
Yeah.
So if this looks a little like off, it's because I already have my own. This is Susan Graver, but I already have my own tank so that I can quickly change. But then you'll see, like even if you couldn't see this, how much coverage you're getting out of that. And then that same really pretty almost like a grosgrain detail that you saw on the sleeve is there at the bottom of the lace. And this just goes to show you, like, all the detail of the lace itself. But can you imagine, I mean, if you know anything about garment making or design, like, great for you, because I don't, but I would imagine to apply all of these different colors, even some of which kind of ombre one into the next, like this deep garnet ombres into the deep green, and then we have a softer coral, and like anytime Susan or her team goes, well, can we add a darker color there to give it more dimension? They go, sure, cha-ching. Okay, and we want like a brighter color there, cha-ching. Like, you can do it, you can do whatever you want, but at what cost? Right. And so at the occasions line, if we're, you know, like transparent, we don't necessarily limit ourselves as much by the dollar amount. We want it to be very special, very important. Yes. And so if it ends up being a little pricey, like, you know, it's just like anything else. If you're buying for an occasion, you're probably stretching the budget a little. What I love is that so often it actually falls under $100. This time it's $48. So
I mean, I'm sorry, I was just going to say, you were talking about your boutique. Yeah. Like, this is that piece that you would find in a boutique, honestly, for a lot more money. We're getting it for here. It's just stunning. Yeah, I like to do that comparison in my head because it actually helps me decide if I'm going to buy something or not. Like, if I think about, okay, am I caught up in the moment because people are having fun and everybody looks good kind of thing, I go, okay, if I saw this in a shopping center, a boutique or something, what do I think the price would be? And if I go, oh, it would be a lot higher, then I go, okay, we're off to a good start, right? Because then you know you have a really great value. Sometimes you look at the price and you go, girl, that's not even in the same stratosphere as the price I would think. That's the case that we've got right now. And I know that we only have 650 of these remaining. So which one kind of speaks to your personality? I'm actually going to talk less about styling this because every color option can style infinite number of ways. With blue jeans, with black pants, with white pants, right? Yeah. So it's less like, what do I have in my closet? And more, ooh, what is my personality? Or what jewelry do I intend to wear? That I actually would advise keeping the jewelry to a minimum because it's all about the top. This is a showstopper. It's the showstopper. Yeah, give the jewelry selection a rest that night and like do something else with your time, right? Okay, so this is the neutral. And it's as neutral as this gets, with a soft sand base to it, but also botanical greens and jewel tones in red and light green. This is the color I'm wearing. It's called the Blue Multi, but obviously we can play up corals and whites. And to me, obviously, like dark denim would be really smart with that. And then, I don't know, every time I see this one, my smile gets a little bigger. This is the Pink Multi. And I think that's only because we had to pick one of these colors to call it, because it has so many colors of the rainbow within it. And maybe if you have like a multicolored gemstone bracelet, you wear it with that one because it's all my favorite jewel tones. Yes. Hard to pick. And it is true to size also. So I am wearing my normal, I always said I wear the extra small or the 4, and I'm 5'7". If you are a little fuller in the hips, maybe I'm fairly full in the rear and it's still working, but if you're nervous because it is a woven, then maybe go up one size. But otherwise, I'd say true to your QVC size, and it's not super long either. No, so if you're a little bit more petite, it's not. I think I'm a good example of what you were just talking about because I can be in between double extra small and extra small. If it's a very fluid fabric, I just go with the double extra small. This, they pulled the double extra small for me, and if I'm honest, I probably would have sized up because of this. Right? So it's just there, and I would prefer a little extra room. So if you are like Beth and I both, and you go, you know what, all the fun stuff is right here, then I probably, let's give it a positive, right? You know, that's right. Then I probably would size up. Other than that, stick with it, and there is no like specific care to this. Just instinctively, I would hang this to dry. I don't want it like bumping up against everything else like buttons and zippers and things in the dryer. But other than that, maybe like a little lingerie bag, you know, turn it inside out, put it in a lingerie bag. That's how I would wash this. And, you know, still being able to care for it at home, not spend more money dry cleaning it. Because then you're like, what's the point of saving money with the clearance price if I have to take it to the dry cleaner? You do not. You can care for it at home. I think the only time I'm well, no, I lied. Okay, so I already went to the dry cleaner once to bring my winter coats in, because we do that annually. Other than that, girl, the only other time I'm going to a dry cleaner is for the wedding dress. Like, I'm on strike, all right? Like, I'm just not paying
over the cost of a shirt to dry clean a shirt.
Yes. We don't have to.
You don't have to.
And there are so many things I love about Susan's collection. And, I'm still a shopper. We had a meeting today about Susan's show, 9 a.m. show tomorrow. I'm still writing down
item numbers. Yeah, I feel you.
Yes. And so, there are so many reasons. But Easy Care, honestly, is one of the things that helped pull me in. It's the fabric, it's the quality, of course, pretty things. We all want pretty things, but then the Easy Care is a huge one because I don't really have to go to the dry cleaner very often. I was there today, but I'll save that story for the next presentation because it's relevant. But yeah, this is just a gorgeous top, and it's pretty, it's feminine, it's giving you a beautiful shape with a little lift in the shoulder. It's making you comfortable with that sort of silky lining on the inside, and you know that you're completely covered, but you have something really unique, really special, like wearable art.
Yeah, I mean, if you wear this, like this multicolor, let's say you wore it to a wedding, the next day everybody's like, who's that woman? She wore the really pretty blouse with all the different colors to it. Like that becomes your calling card. And I think if you're that gal who, I think for all of us, our fashion is our calling card, but some of us make it more so than others. And if your fashion is your calling card, and you think of like your whole life as a runway, it can be fun to get dressed up. And I think a lot of us really miss it because it used to come with exorbitant price tags and discomfort. And I love that now we don't have to worry about either of those, right? We have the super formal things and New Year's gala or something like that. But 99% of the time, you can look really great and feel really comfortable. And in cases like these, the price, you simply cannot pass that up. And I would actually search occasions on QVC.com too to see some of her other elevated pieces. That said, you won't see many prices like this, all right? But if you're loving the whole vibe of very elevated but still very wearable, I think this is a great place to go. All right, so here are your lengths, 24.5 to 30.5 inches. We already mentioned machine wash, dry flat, and believe it or not, it is 100% polyester in the shell and the lining. So this is your pink. I keep wanting to call it multi, but they're all called multi. 200, because hello, right? 200 left there. Here's the blue multi. Fewer than 300 remain. And the neutral, 5 dozen. In my head, Beth, like I'm imagining everyone at the design meeting in New York when they pull out these lace swatches and how everybody must have reacted because that's just, I've never seen anything like this at QVC.
It's magnificent, really magnificent. Yeah.
Right. Well, unfortunately, we'll have to wrap up that presentation, but be either on the phones, 1-800-500-7590 or QVC.com. Just search occasions lace and it'll pop right up. Maybe you haven't heard, but this is the age of possibility. What does that mean?